Once upon a time, at a busy railway station, there lived a poor beggar. Every day, he survived by asking passengers for help as they waited for their trains. One morning, while moving from person to person, he noticed a well-dressed businessman stepping onto the platform. The man looked confident, wearing an expensive suit and shiny shoes. The beggar thought to himself, "This man must be very rich. If I ask him, he will surely give me a good amount of money." With hope in his heart, the beggar approached the man and stretched out his hand. But instead of giving him money, the businessman looked straight at him and asked, "Do you always take from others? Have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar was stunned. No one had ever asked him such a question before. Confused, he replied softly, "Sir, I am just a beggar. I survive by asking for help. I have nothing to give." The businessman smiled slightly and said, "If you believe you have nothing to give, then you also have no right to ask for anything. I am a businessman, and I believe in exchange. If you can offer me something, I can give you something in return. But if you have nothing to offer, I cannot give you anything either." Saying this, the businessman boarded his train and left. The beggar stood there, frozen, replaying those words again and again in his mind. Why should anyone give me something when I offer them nothing in return? That night, he couldn't sleep. The businessman's words kept echoing in his head. If you want to receive, you must first give. For the next 2 days, he didn't ask anyone for money. He kept thinking, "But what do I have to give? I'm just a poor beggar." On the third day, while sitting near the platform, his eyes fell on a small patch of wildflowers blooming near the railway tracks. Their bright colors caught his attention, and suddenly, an idea struck him. What if I give people flowers whenever they give me money? At least, I'll offer them something in return. Excited by the thought, he gently plucked a few flowers and went back to his spot. That day, whenever someone handed him a coin, he smiled and gave them a flower in return. To his surprise, people accepted the flowers with great happiness. Some even smiled back and thanked him. As days passed, something amazing happened. More people started giving him money. He noticed a pattern. Whenever he had flowers, people gave generously. When he ran out of flowers, the donations decreased. So it's true, he thought. People like to receive something in return. One afternoon, while giving out flowers, he saw the same businessman sitting inside a train. Excited, he rushed to him and said, "Sir, today I have something to give. If you give me money, I'll give you flowers in return." The businessman smiled warmly, handed him some cash, and took a few flowers. Then he said, "You've truly understood the value of exchange. Today, you are no longer just a beggar. You have become a businessman." The words touched the beggar's heart deeply. As the train departed, he stood there thinking, "Am I really a businessman now?" That night, he realized something life-changing. People aren't giving me money out of pity anymore. They're paying me for the flowers I give them. That means I have a business. From that day, he stopped begging completely and focused on selling flowers. 6 months later, at the same railway station, 2 well-dressed men met and shook hands. One of them looked puzzled and asked, "Do I know you?" The other smiled and said, "Yes, sir. We've met twice before, right here at this station." The businessman tried to remember, then suddenly his eyes widened in surprise. "Wait, you're the beggar, the one I refused to give money to, and later bought flowers from." The man laughed gently and replied, "Yes, that was me, but I'm no longer a beggar. I now own a successful flower business, and today I'm traveling to open a new shop." The businessman was astonished. "That's incredible. What changed your life?" The flower seller smiled and said, "You taught me one of life's greatest truths. We only receive when we give." That day, I realized I was never truly a beggar. I was a businessman all along. I just had to believe in myself. The two men shook hands once again, this time as equals. Remember this: life is shaped by how you see yourself. If you believe you are small, you'll remain small. But if you recognize your true potential, you can achieve greatness. Your thoughts create your future. Change your thoughts, and your future will change too.